So I think we can start now. We can start. Once you get in, like and share the video so that I can know that you are able to hear me well. We are starting now. We are starting in a few. All right. I think we have some few people here, and we are enough to start doing this. Where do we start now? Do we start with JPY? Let's start with this one. We start with USDJPY and try to see the buyers for next week. We try to see the buyers for next week and understand what we should be expecting. Last week I said that USDJPY is trying to play with our minds because it still has a very big gap. I think it's in the daily. It still has a very big gap down here. You see the gap, and this gap has not been filled, and it is very abnormal in the market for the market to leave such a gap behind. So that is something that is a bit crazy, but all the same the market has given us some few tips in the USDJPY. Let's start with the daily or even the weekly. And if you look at what is happening in the weekly time frame, you see that there was a break of market structure here. There was a BOS here, signifying that the market is bullish. Signifying that the market is bullish, or we are buying. We are buying. So I said something that when you see something like this, usually when the market breaks structure, let me show you. When the market does something like this, in most cases the market will want to come and take out this low. You see, take out this low, although because you can only see this when you use the line chart. When you use the line chart, let me change this to, let's say, white. Okay. So where am I supposed to change this now? symbols. Yeah, I think it's here. Yeah, so that we are able to see what I am speaking about. So you see, this was the first BOS here. And so I told you that when the market does something like this, the market will want to come and take out this low before it continues with an upside move. Okay, so that means we've seen that the market has broken structure here. Sorry. The market has broken structure here. It retraced and then it pushed up. So I'm expecting that this one should be taken out before this is because this is what we would call our buy side liquidity, and this is our sell side liquidity. Okay, I hope you are able to see that. So before the market takes out the buy side liquidity, it has to take out this liquidity. And then if you look at this, we had a very good liquidity sweep there. That is a very good liquidity sweep. So the market swept liquidity before moving upwards, and so the market will tend to take out all these lows, this one and this one, before it starts to forge above, or before it takes out this buy side liquidity. So remember that this is the weekly time frame. So let me delete this. My people in TikTok, are you able to hear me well? Am I audible enough? Can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up there, or just tell me if you can hear me. Thank you. So what are we saying? So what we are saying now, in the weekly time frame, the market is ranging around this area. We know that before the buy side liquidity is taken out, this liquidity should be taken out, including now the last one being this low, before the market does what? Takes that buy. So in the weekly time frame, I want us to just mark where you expect that the market should come to. I just want us to mark where we expect that later in life the market should come to. You see, we had this order flow here, that order block that was retested by this one, and that is the only order block that has not been retested. So if the market comes to this area, we'll expect that the market will take out the buy side liquidity, but also still remember that we have an issue down here. Okay, let me move to the daily now. Let us see what is happening in the daily time frame. So the same thing happens. I don't know whether we can try to refine this, but okay, let me just leave it as it is. So this is how our chart looks like in the daily time frame. in the daily time frame. So I need you to know something. We are now in the daily time frame. I need you to know something. This market was making a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So this was the last low, okay, the last major low that the market did. And then when it did the higher high, it was unable to do any other higher high. So the market started to move down and broke this structure or change the character here. The market changed the character here. So there was a change of character in that area. So you need to understand something. You need to understand something, that this market changed character here, which is the last low or which is the last high before the change of this character. Which was the last high? The last high I'm saying is this one. That was the last high before the market changed what? That was the last high before the market broke this structure, or broke the last low on this side. So for you to understand whether we are in the right place, you have to use the line chart. You have to use the line chart. So you come to the line chart and try to see where was your last low. This was the last low here, this one, and this was the last higher high. Okay, so you just draw your line there and then move back. Okay, so this was the last higher high. Okay, so what do you do? Because now this becomes what we call our QML, Quasimodo level. This becomes our Quasimodo level. Okay, this one here. So I think I can remove this. So now that this was the last high before the break of structure, what do you expect? You expect that this high is what? Is liquidity. This high carries liquidity. So before the market continues in a downtrend, because as you can see, it has changed character here and it is showing all signs of a downtrend, and we know the market should not take the buy side liquidity before taking the sell side liquidity. So what does that tell you? That tells you that this market, where it is now, must take out this high. You see, the market must take out that high because this high is liquidity. And so we have to look for a POI above that liquidity. This is the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. The daily time frame. So what I'll do, I'll leave that as it is, because we have some rejection around here. So all this area is an area of interest, and then when the market gets to that area, you just wait for a change of character. You just wait for a change of character. So what is USDJPY telling us? It is telling us that it has to come to this area and then continue selling, and maybe that gives us maybe a reason why you can see the gap that was not filled over here. That can be a very good reason why that gap was left. So let us now try to come up with a trading range. The market is doing a series of this is higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Can you see where this is? This is the higher high. So what is our trading range from this low to this high? Okay, this is the daily time frame. So this will help us to do your trading tomorrow. Sorry. So that becomes our, let me just use white so that you'll be able to see. That is our trading range. That is our trading range. So what is happening is the market is retracing. The market is retracing. It is retracing to a POI and then continue pushing up to where? To this area. Okay, there are two ways you can do this in the daily time frame, because we need to mark where the market is coming so that we are able to mark our entry. So you can take the fib retracement, run it from bottom to the top like that, and you know what happens. Okay, just a minute before I do this. You know what happens, that this market took out the last swing low here, this one, which was liquidity, and then it did what? It broke structure over here. It broke structure over here. So what do you know? That this low here that was created is liquidity. So you have to look for a POI below that low. I hope we are getting the point. We have to look for a POI below that low. Okay, so you take your your fib retracement from down to this high. If you have a question, you can just type in. I'll see it. If you have a question. And as you know, we expect our POI to be between 0.62 and 0.79. Okay, those who have followed my classes, I'm sure you know this. So that gives us an area of interest. That gives us an area of interest. I want you to see how accurate this is, because this is also where we have our stop hunt. The same area we have our stop hunt. So this is USDJPY. So that tells you that this is a major area of interest. This is a major area of interest. So what do? We only need to refine this. We only need to refine this. So right now we are doing USDJPY. So how do you refine that? You can remove the gun box now. You come to the 4 hours. You come to the 4 hours and try to check whether you can see anything. What can you see that is inside this POI? You can see that we have what? We have this breaker block here, the last sell before this buy, and then inside the breaker block we have a bulb or another block here. We have another block over there. That tells you that this is a strong POI to look for buys. This is a strong POI to look for buys. So once the market gets to this area, we expect it to do what? To retrace to this area, and this move from this point is the move that will take out the buy side liquidity. So that means if you are swing trading and you get this move from here, you can do what? No, if you get it from here, you should hold it until this area, because we've said that the market needs to come to this area, then it will start to sell until it takes out the sell side liquidity. The sell side liquidity. So that I give you an entry for Monday. So this is the ultimate sell. Ultimate sell to take out sell side liquidity. Okay. Yeah, this is USDJPY. Yes, I'm a day trader. I am a day trader. So that tells you we have a bias for a buy, and this buy should not go past. Okay, where is this thing? Should not go past that area. So the buy we'll be looking at here, we should hold it until this area, until that area there. So how do we look for a setup for Monday? How do we look for a setup for Monday? Now, as you can see, so we've said that we expect this market to start dropping to this area. Okay, remember the overall bias is uptrend, but now we are trying to build a bias for intraday traders like me and maybe some others who are here. So what do? You move to this place and start to understand the price action. Start to understand the price action. So what is happening is that the market shifted structure here to the downside. So there was a change of character. There was a what? There was a change of character here. I hope you are able to see it. Let me try to zoom it a bit. Okay, there is a change of character in this area. Change of character. So that means the market took out this liquidity, all the liquidity that was here, and changed character. What does that tell you? That tells you that this is a strong high. Okay, for now. So this high should not be taken out until and unless we come to our buy POI. Okay, Dagi, I'm not trading today. I'm not trading. I'm just giving us a bias for next week. But there are people who are trading BTC today, Bitcoin. Yes, John, you can WhatsApp me and then we can talk about consultation. So can you see this? Very easy. Very easy. This is USDJPY. USDJPY. So please, once you get here, like the video and you can just share so that at least you help me reach some more people. So look at this. It took out the previous high and broke structure. This is a strong what? A strong high. And that is why when the market came back here, it could not go past that high. It just continued to sell. So remember, we are looking for a bias for Monday. We are looking for a bias for Monday. So the market came here, broke structure, okay, retraced, broke structure again. If you have followed me for some time, you know that if the market breaks structure, retraces, breaks structure again, this high is always liquidity. And this is the liquidity that the market came for. It came to our area of interest here and then continued to sell. So what does that tell you? That tells you that at this point, this high is also a strong high, because this high came to a POI and then broke structure here. The broke structure here. So now in the higher time frame, this is a valid BOS. In the lower time frame, you have to wait for a body, but in the higher time frame, this is a BOS. Okay, this is a BOS. So what the market is doing is the market is coming back to our area here to look for a POI to sell. So what do? You take your gun box, your fib retracement, you run it from top to bottom, and of course by now you know that you get your POI between 0.62 and 0.79. so that is where you run your what? You run your point of interest. So you know that this market is retracing to this area. And what can you see in that area? I want you to see this conference. I want you to see that first we had an order block here that was retested by this wick, okay, or by this candle, whatever it is. That means money left this order block and came to this area here. So this is the area we expect that the market is coming towards. The market is coming towards this area here. So what do? We go to the lower time frame and try to refine this area. We try to refine this area. So let's do 1 hour. So if you do 1 hour, you can see that we have several conferences here. One, we have liquidity here. This swing high is what? Is liquidity. So what does that tell you? That tells you, use a visible pointer. Oh, okay. Let me use this one. So what that tells you is that the market must take out this liquidity before it starts to go down. Okay. So I hope now you can see Congo. Are you able now to see my cursor? Are you able to see my cursor here? Mr. Congo. Je, waona kasa yangu? Waona kasa yangu? All right, perfect. So we said that part of conference is that we can see what? We can see that there is liquidity over here. Remember that we've marked this in the 4 hours. So we are just trying to refine our entry. We are just trying to refine our entry. What can you see here? I can see the last buy before this significant sell. So you can refine it first to that area there. You can refine it to that area there. This is the 4 hour. So what do you do tomorrow or whichever day it is? Because as for me, I'm not willing to take a trade unless we come to this area. Although if you trade maybe lower time frame, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, I'll show you an entry around this area. I'll show you an entry how you can get to this area without being stopped out. Although it is not the best way to trade. It's not the best way. So me, I can wait for the market here, although we can continue to refine it further in 30 minutes. What can you see in that minutes? We have this order block here. We have an order block there, which is just above our liquidity. But I want to caution, because you see, we also have all this move, which is a breaker block, and we don't have FVG here. So for me, I would mark all this as my area of interest, and then when the market gets here, I'll just look for a change of character and then enter the market. Because if you have seen this over the weeks, if I over refine my entries without the market getting here, it's either I miss entries or it hits my stop loss, because it's either maybe I refine to the breaker block and something like that. So as for me, I can wait for the market to come to this area or refine it to this kanini here. You see this, we had this supply zone, okay, but it's not the most advisable. So we leave it at that. So what do we expect when the market gets here? This is 30 minutes or 1 hour. Yeah, this is 1 hour. So in 15 minutes or 5 minutes, once the market gets here, this is what you will be expecting, or this is what you should look out for. This is what you should look out for. The market will continue to move like this. Once it gets here, you wait for something like this. Who is able to understand what is happening here? So let me try to explain why I have drawn this move and why you should look for a POI around that area. Now this will be the refined entry. This will be the refined entry. So look at this. The market will be doing a series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Once it gets here, it will create something we call a stop hunt. You see that area? A lot of people will call it break of market structure, but we know that the market is already in our area of interest. So this cannot be a break of market structure. This can only be a stop hunt. Okay? A stop hunt. And then we will have something here called change of character, or BOS. Let us call it change of character, or BOS. Okay, we are looking at USDJPY. Are you looking at that? So once we see a change of character, now this is how traders are being trapped. I want you to look at this keenly and never forget this. Keenly and never forget this. So we were making what? A series of higher highs, higher lows. But then we got to our area of interest and we broke structure. Are you here? So what do you expect a trader will do? They will come here and look for an opportunity to continue pushing higher. Okay? Let me remove all this so that you understand what I mean. I don't want to confuse you, because other than doing top-down analysis, this is also a class. So let's assume the market tomorrow breaks structure, comes, breaks structure again, comes down, and then let's say that is where our market is currently. So someone will come and mark this as a BOS. Okay? And then it is the normal thing for you to come and take whichever means you used to do entries, eh? But as for me, I'll draw a fib retracement and then look for an opportunity to buy here. So you will come and put a position and maybe target the last high there. But what will the market do? Because we are already in our area of interest or our point of interest, the market will come and take you out like that. Okay? Like that. So someone will come and say, well, okay, if the market has taken me out, this is a what? A change of character. I think I've marked these things. They are giving me change of character like that. So what do you expect? You will now take this. You see this? From here to here, you will take this as your trading range. And then what do you do? What do you do? Because you will take this as your trading range, you will come and wait for the market. Around this area here, this area there, and look for a sell. But this market will never trigger you, because as smart money concept traders, we want to look for a sell where we have the QML level there. So I'll have to wait for this market to come and then we continue to sell. I hope now you have seen the difference. You have seen the difference that is there. So that is what I was saying, that you wait for something like this. This is called inducement. Okay. This is what is called inducement. Let me just make it easier for you. Yes, inducement like that. You can now save it like that. Inducement. Oh my god, what is happening? I thought I'm saving this thing. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me try to save this. If you have a question, please ask me. Is that the pattern that repeats itself in most pairs at POI? This pattern repeats itself in all pairs. It's not even in most pairs. In all pairs. Just choose any pair. This thing will happen. I'm telling you. Just choose any pair whatsoever. It will happen. It will happen. So you don't have to, this thing will happen in all pairs. All pairs. So you just need to mark your higher time frame POI and then leave it like that. So someone is asking me, what is an inducement? What is an inducement? Now, if you look at this, because look at this, this was a change of character, and then the market starts to buy. A lot of retail traders like me and you are price chasers. We chase the price. Okay, we chase, yeah, it looks like head and shoulder. This is called, as we call it, Quasimodo, but it's the same thing. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. So this thing, when the market starts to buy, remember it changed character and then it started to buy. So a lot of people will say, maybe it took from a POI here and we are supposed to continue buying. We are supposed to continue buying. But once it gets to this place, it takes from a POI and stops them out. So it stopped them out here and stops them out here. That is why it is called an inducement. It all a fake move. Okay, a fake move. It's a fake move. John, I want to explain to you liquidity in the easiest term possible. So this is a 4-hour time frame. Every swing high and swing low you see is liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is where we have sell stops, limit orders, buy stops, and stop losses. That is where we have liquidity. And liquidity is the mover of the market. It is liquidity that moves the market. Okay? It is liquidity that moves the market. So every time, Mr. John, every time you see the market take out the previous high or the previous low, for some cases, the market took out liquidity and it has no business coming back to that area again. Okay? It has no business coming back to that area again. Because what pushed this market all this long is to take out the liquidity, then continue to reverse. So, for example, if you took, let's say, if you got this move from here, from this area, where would you have, let's say you got this move. You got a blessing and got that move when it was starting here. John, I hope you are following. There, let's say you got that move from there and you want to swing trade. Where will be your take profit? The last swing low. The last swing low. And where is the last swing low? There. So this area becomes your liquidity. Why? Because a lot of people took a trade here, stop loss. Let me just show you an example. Stop loss, that area. You see that area there? And then take profit. Maybe they put their take profit to the last swing high or just anywhere. So this area has a lot of liquidity. And then kuna watu wanaitwa breakout traders. Breakout traders. Do you have a breakout trader here? Breakout, 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 breakout. Maybe we don't have. So breakout traders, they put sell stops. So what sell stop means is that when the market goes past this area, they get triggered. So there is a lot of liquidity lying around this area. The reason we cannot take this as a liquidity area is because this is the move that take out the last liquidity, and we still have another liquidity that was taken out here. Okay, because this is a swing low. That is why we are waiting for the market here. We are going to gold in a few. We are going to gold in a few. Clean Heart, you can WhatsApp me. You can WhatsApp me. I don't know whether when I write my number here, these days wanatoa nini. These days they wait for you to put up a number and then they block you. 303,826. That's my number. I hope you'll be able to 0717303826. So I don't know whether you'll be able to. Okay, my number is not coming. It's okay. There's a link on my bio. You can try to reach me. I don't come every day live. I actually rarely. I only come on Saturdays to do top-down analysis. But I think I'll have to be coming often. This is USDJPY. This is FADU. USDJPY Savage, Queen's Mercy, double top at the POI. At our POI, or at which POI? Because I cannot see any double top at our POI. So you will just explain to me what you mean. My number is on bio if I'm not wrong. There's a link there that has my number. You can even WhatsApp me directly. Yes, this is SMC FX Mark. This is SMC Smart Analyze. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. So where are we? We are in the 30 minutes time frame. So at least you can get this move tomorrow, and actually because I'll also be on this trade, once I get this move from here, I'll just target this low, the last swing low, this swing low. And let me tell you, because I've been trading SMC for some time, if you get your analysis right, especially in the higher time frame, even when there is news, you'll not be stopped out. Even when there is news, it's only that it's not professional to, well, according to me, to trade when there is news because of the leverage and all those things. So we have what? This is a sell POI. Sell POI. I'm also actually live on YouTube. You can go and check Trade with MJFX. So you can look at this analysis later just to understand what we are doing here. So if you trade, okay, someone is asking me which time frame. We've started from the weekly time frame. So if you look at this, we have a BOS here. So in case you want to dadia this trade, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend because there's a lot of liquidity down here. A lot of liquidity. So what I would do if I want to be on this trade, maybe I just wait for this move around this place. So we call this a interim buy PY. Now this is time frame gani, 30 minutes time frame. So because there's a lot of rejection around this area, you can wait for the same thing, because once the market takes out the previous high, if you go to the lower time frame, let's go for example to the 3 minutes time frame, the market must take out all these swing lows before it moves to the upside. So you can even come and try to, because this is the last swing low, so you can try to look for an entry around this area, but it's a risky move, because now you'll be trading against the trend. So that is how our USDJPY looks like. This is how USDJPY looks like. All this is liquidity, my brother. Simple strategy. All this is liquidity. You see this to swing high, swing low. I mean, these 2 weeks, it is rejection, yes, but it is liquidity. So this is the best place. If you want to look for a continuation buy, this is the best place. This is the best place. But as for me, I don't think I'll be involved in this. I'll wait for market to come here and trade with the banks and trade with the big boys. This area, that area there. So I've given you a bias for USD JPY. So once you catch this sell, you are free to target the last swing low, which is this one. So if I were you, I would take one crazy sell, and then I'll be adding to my sell positions. So yeah, that is what I expect on USDJPY. So can we go to gold? I know gold people wants to kill me, because gold people, actually, let me show you something before we start analyzing gold. Yesterday, is it yesterday? I think it's from yesterday. I got some few moves hapa for gold. I missed some, I got some. If you look at this, I got that one, I got this one, I got this. I missed this, I missed this. I got this one from here, I think to around here. I removed that thing. But this is what I want to show you, and why you should understand your craft. The people from my group now can attest to this. They can attest to this. So I came here and saw what was happening here, and I knew that gold was about to start selling. Okay, so I got this. I got a few moves here that I've removed, but this is what I want you to see. Yesterday, I know we have some experts in this group, in this live here. A lot of people were saying that gold is buying, and they were saying it is buying to around, I think 40, 30 or something like that. Something like that. That is what people were saying. But me, I had this trade on Thursday. This is that. Yes, you can see down here. I don't know whether you are able to see. This is Thursday. I entered this trade on Thursday 11 a.m. Thursday 11 a.m. On Thursday around 8 p.m. it almost hit my take profit. It almost hit my take profit. But this is what I want you to see. that every time the market breaks structure, I think this was 1 hour. Yes. Every time the market breaks structure, before it continues, it has to come back and take all the liquidity. You see, these swing lows, these are liquidity. Okay, that is why you need to have confidence with your strategy. All this is liquidity. So I knew when I got a setup to sell after the market broke structure here, I knew that this market must come back and take out all this liquidity, and I'm not looking for buy opportunities unless we get to this area, my area of interest. This is gold. Actually, I think this is even enough. This is enough analysis. This is gold. Okay, so yesterday at around 7 p.m. we got this crazy move, this one. Let me remove this so that you are able to see. You see this crazy buy here? This was like how many pips? Crazy, 375 pips. So do you know what happened? A lot of people started to buy because experts were telling them this market should buy and take out this high. But as for me, I know that before it comes back to this, it has to take all this liquidity. And so I'm still holding my sell until from Thursday, and I'm not removing it because I know the market will come and take out all these swing lows and take from this POI over here, because this is the move that broke structure. This is the move that broke structure. So I would recommend the same. You can look at this tomorrow. I mean on Monday. You can look at this on Monday. That this market, and if you trade lines, I don't trade lines, but at least I use it to get perspective on what is happening. If you are a trade line trader, let us use this one. Trade line traders, trade line. I don't know, I saw it in the 30 minutes or something. So, okay, if I'm not drawing it right, you'll forgive me. I don't trade lines. I don't trade lines. I don't trade lines. But at least this will give you an idea of what I am saying. So there are people who trade what is it called? What do we call this thing now? Is it called rising wedge? I don't know, rising flag, something like that. I'm not conservant with those terms. You realize that what is happening here is the market was moving slowly to come to our POI. Once it gets to our POI, it has no business going up. It has no business going up. I'm sorry, I don't know how to draw this thing. Let me just remove it actually. I don't trade lines, so I don't know how to mark trade lines. I don't know. But let us use this one, the down one. So I think now that one is okay. Sio nimedraw vizuri bwana, who is here? Teddy. Yeah, rising wedge. Nasikia vitu kama hizo clean heart. I hear things like those. So, you know that once the trade line is hit twice, that time, what happens is that the market breaks the trade line. So these are some of the things. I'm not a trade line trader, but of course they add to your confluence and they add to your knowledge. I knew that this, okay, I had not even seen the trend line, but once the trend line is hit twice, you don't expect it to keep hitting until it gets to 7th, 8th, 10 times. No, once it hit, it is respected twice. The smart money understands what you know. They know that what you want is to continue buying because it is around the trend line. So this thing, I'm telling you, it will sell on Monday. It will sell until we get to this area, because it doesn't have the strength to go up until it takes all this liquidity. And that is why this was a fake move. You see this buy, it was a fake move to try and induce buyers. That is why you see it did not close this with a body. It cannot happen. It can't happen. It can't happen. Okay, so I actually think this is enough, because gold is very volatile. You just need some few pips, like 500, and you make money. So I think this is enough analysis for gold. These are a lot of pips, by the way. These are a lot of pips. So what I'll be waiting tomorrow on Monday, and you see I've already marked it, and you can mark this one too. I'm waiting for this market to close with a body, and then I will add to my position around this area, and then we continue to sell, and then we continue to sell. And if you look at this area, there has been a lot of resistance around this area. This weeks tells you that there is resistance, and that is why this could not even close with a body. It's only that gold is volatile, so all this move is to stop out breakout traders. The indicator, I don't use any indicator. I don't see any indicator on my, I'm not using any indicator. Who is this? This is Dennis. Dennis, I don't use any indicator. This is not an indicator. This is the sell, whatever. What is it called? That thing. To show you up to where you are selling. Chris, this is that an hour. This is 1 hour time frame. This is 1 hour time frame. But in gold, if you are able to catch this move from here, for example, these were how many? These were 522 pips. This trade here, this trade, and you see it almost hit my TP, but I don't care. It will still come back to me because we have double bottom here. Can you see that we have double bottom? That is enough liquidity for the market to come down. Enough. That is enough liquidity. You see this double bottom, this one and this one, and that, I think that is where my take profit was. So almost hit my take profit. Then it is doing all this shakara, but these are nothing to me. This is absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So you can wait for this move on gold. So tomorrow gold will continue to sell. Gold will continue to sell, and it will continue to sell until around this area. And then once it gets to this area, I took the trade. This was 30 minutes time frame. So this is what I did. Look at this. Who is this? This is Ted. Yeah, this is Teddy. So this is what I did. After the break of structure, I wanted to look at my left here and see what do I see that can give me confidence to sell. One, we have this swing high, which is liquidity. So I knew once you spot liquidity, the POI is not very far from liquidity. Not very far from liquidity. And that is why if you can see, I took my trade exactly at the tip of the liquidity. Look at this, exactly at the tip. And then I knew that this is a strong high because it has taken out all this liquidity. So all this to swing high was taken out by this. So I knew that this is a strong high. So I used that. That's why I've used the tip. The tip, because I know there is no way the market will come past this tip until it takes out the liquidity below. The liquidity below. So those who are in my group, you remember yesterday, someone was telling me, okay, it's now buying it. I told them it cannot break this thing. This thing is strong. It is strong. It cannot break this one. It is strong because it took out liquidity. So the market must come down and take out all this before it starts to buy. So that is what I used to build my bias. Thank you, Teddy. That is what I used to build my bias. And I'll still be holding it. So I don't know, instead of analyzing EU, someone is telling me to analyze EU. Can we do GBPUSD? For me, I think it gives me cleaner charts than EU. Let's look at EU and see what we expect tomorrow on Monday. So if you have a question, you just ask there, and then make sure you like the video, share. If you'd like me to guide you, you can WhatsApp me. There's a link on bio that you can use. All right, this is what? This is GBPUSD. Let us look at this for a few minutes, and then we see what is there. So from what I can see, this is a clean downtrend. This is a clean downtrend. Clean downtrend, because you see there was a break of market structure here. There was a BOS there, and this swing high took out all this liquidity. All this liquidity was taken by this swing high. So that means this is a strong high. That's a strong high. So as I told you, once the market breaks structure, this is the weekly time frame. When you go to the lower time frame, it has to take all the liquidity around before it takes the main sell move that will take out this sell side liquidity. Sell side liquidity. So if I look at what is happening here, if I try to look at what is happening here, you can see that this was the last swing high that was to be taken, that one, and then we had a supply zone around that area. So, and that is where the market came and took, and it is now selling. So from where I sit in the weekly time frame, I don't expect the market to continue to push further up, because this is also around our QML. So I don't expect the market to continue pushing further up, because this last liquidity was taken. You see that? It was taken. That was the last liquidity. And this swing high, I think it was also taken. Yeah, it was taken also. So that was the last liquidity to the upside. So what do we expect in the weekly time frame? If you do swing trading, we expect that this is the move that will take out this liquidity, this move that has started here. So what does that tell you? That tells you that because it took out this liquid that is here, that tells you that in the weekly time frame, this high here is a strong high. That high is a strong high. You can't see the entire chart unless I do something like that. Are you able to see now, Mr. MB? Sam Black. I think it's something like that. Thank you. Good, Santi. So this is a strong high because it took out this liquidity, and if you look at what is happening, it also took out the previous low. So we can confidently say that this is a change of character. So what do we expect? We expecting the market should continue to sell. We are now on GBPUSD. GBPUSD. Now I want us to use order flow in the weekly time frame, so that by the time we go to look for buyers in the lower time frame, you will understand why we are doing that, if that is okay with you. So this was our last supply zone or supply area. Okay, that one, you can remove the wicks. That was our last supply zone. Okay, and it was retested by this week, and this week took out the last liquidity. Just a minute. It took out the last liquidity there. So what does that tell you? That tells you that this is a strong high. Okay, this is a strong high there. So we don't expect this high to be taken out. Okay, so we need to know right now what is our POI now. If this is our strong high, what is our POI? Okay, we have this one here, but I would treat this as the same. I would treat that as the same thing. Okay, but because we are not swing trading, let us go to the lower time frame and see what is happening. So let's go to the daily and see what we have here. When we come to the daily, you can see something, that the market has taken out the last low. The market has taken out the last swing low. So what do we expect? Remember what I've said. I've told you that once the market takes out the previous low, if you go to the lower time frame, the market must take out all the swing highs before it takes out the new created low. Okay, I hope you are getting the point. If you are lost, you just tell me. This is GBPUSD. Okay, so now that the low was taken out, we expect that the market comes up, takes out all the liquidity that was created before it takes out, or before it continues with any downward move. But now I want you to look at something, because the market cannot go up unless there is a reason to go up. So we have this breaker block here, where the market is reacting from. Thank you, sir. But I can't see your name. I can't see your name. So, do you see? This is the breaker block we have here that is causing this upward move. That is causing this upward move. That tells you that the move that is happening here is valid. That is the first thing. It is valid because it is moving from the breaker block. It is moving from the breaker block. So what do? We go to the lower time frame. Let's do the 4 hours like that, and look at this. Look at this. This is the 4 hour. We already have a change of character here, signifying that the market should now start going up. Ayomide, pleasure meeting you. Pleasure. So we already have a reason to start buying. Where are we buying to? You see, the first stage this market is coming to is this area here, that area here. But it is possible for that market to come until where we have this, because this is the last swing low. So at the end of the day, this is where we'll be waiting for them. I don't know how many months it will take, but this is where we are expecting the market to come to, because all these swing highs are liquidity. All these are liquidity levels. Okay, so what do we do now? Because maybe we might not have all the time to wait, but this is where we'll have the ultimate sell. Ultimate sell to take out the previous low. So if I mark it like this, someone who will follow later will be able to understand what we are doing. All right. So look at this, because the same thing that we've been doing is the same thing that will be happening here. So we have a POI here. This is where all this move started, and I would recommend that you use, you see this swing high here, I would recommend that you use that as part of your POI, because it can be taken out. It can be taken out, that one. So I want you to look at this. Yes, yes, fanatic. We look for buys. Yeah, we look for buys. Shidani Capital. WhatsApp me. I'll show you how we do these things. It's not as serious as it seems. Now look at this. Look at this. The market has already changed character, giving us a signal that we are supposed to buy. I told you that when the market breaks structure, before it continues further with the move, it has to come down and do what? And clear out all the liquidity before it starts to move up. That means this low here is liquidity. My WhatsApp is free. We have like 150 traders there, but in case you want mentorship, it depends on your skill level. So what do we do now? We go to the lower time frame and try to check where we have the swing lows, where we have the swing lows. But you can also use this. You can also use the fib from the last low to the high, and you can see that we have we can have a retest around this area here. Now this is using the fib retracement. We can have a retest around that area, but we can only be able to see this well when we go to the lower time frame. So this 4 hour, I think we can do 1 hour. Let's see what we have in the 1 hour time frame. So the first things is to identify where we have the liquidity. Identify where we have the liquidity. Of course, this one is liquidity. This swing low here, this is liquidity. I'm not seeing anywhere here we should enter this market. I'm not seeing. Let me see what we have in the 30 minutes time frame. 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. All right. Okay, me from where I sit, I wouldn't want to look for a retest because I'm not seeing any reason. I'm not seeing any order block. I'm not seeing any reason to join the market to the upward. And because we are around two things. We have an FVG here. We have an FVG here. I think, was it in the daily or? Yeah, you see we still have FVG down. So that means I wouldn't want to trade this move until I get a very clear thing, because all this is FVG. All this is FVG. And the market has taken out liquidity about that area. Okay. I think I'll be comfortable. For me, this is for me. I'll be comfortable waiting for the market to come to this area. If it doesn't, I'm not trading that thing. Yeah, I'm comfortable to wait for the market until it gets to this area here, for me to look for a buy that will take me here. Yeah. So if that does not happen, I'm not in this trade. If this does not happen, I'm not. Okay, this whatever reaction is happening here, it's because of the breaker block, and we also have FVG here. But you see, me, I don't trade FVG. I know there are people who trade FVG. Yes, since there is no reason for us to take a buy on the lower time frame. Yeah, true. I agree with you. There is, if you don't see a reason to trade, don't join that trade, because the market can just decide to go up or come down. So this is not something I'm willing to, especially on a higher time frame. Especially on a higher time frame. Especially on a higher time frame. What you can do is to, let me see whether there is anything in the 4 hours. Because truth is, the market has given us a sign of buying, a sign of buying. But if you look at this in the 4 hours, there's no FVG, there is no order block, there is no breaker block, there is literally nothing. Yes, this strategy works on every pair. On every pair. There's literally nothing here. Nothing. So actually what I would do is to, let me see what we have in the 3 hours time frame. Tulululu, tulululu, tulululu. What I usually can do now, what I can do, because I'm not seeing, I'm seeing this thing is not very clear. I'd be waiting for this to be taken out, then look for a sell. And why am I looking for a sell? Because we still have a lot of unfilled orders. We have FVG, okay? We have FVG, and then we have this demand zone here. So this is something I would be waiting for. This is something I would be waiting for. If this does not happen, I'm not in this trade. So I'll wait for the market to take out this, retrace to this area, and then I look for a sell until and unless we come to our demand zone here. Yeah, so as you see, if you cannot see, if you are not able to see order blocks and things like those in the higher time frame, it means you will become liquidity. You will become liquidity. So yeah, that is what I'm saying. I'm seeing like the market just came to take out this liquidity, then continue to sell. Then continue to sell. So if I go to like 15 minutes, this is 15 minutes. I can wait for the market to take out this low, and then I'll look for a sell like that. So in the higher time frame we look for buys, but until that buys have a reason, which I cannot see in GU. I cannot see. I had analyzed another GU. Let me see. Yeah, you see, it is the same thing. It's the same thing I had analyzed. The same thing. The same thing. So this is what I would expect for GU. This is what I would expect. This is what I would expect. So there is someone who can trade this because it has already taken out this. You see, it has taken that previous low. So it is possible, and it has come and tapped from our POI there. And then can you look at this? It took out that liquidity. This is BOS, or change of character. So, and you see, I can wait for this retest. Let me see whether I'm able to see it in. I see. So if you are a bad trader, you can even do that and move with it. This is like how many pips? 12 pips. Move with it and target the last swing low. This is 68 pips. I'll target this swing low here. Actually, it looks like this is what I will trade tomorrow on Monday, because every dot ticks. Every dot is ticking. Every dot is ticking. So that is something. This is GU. This is GU. I'm thinking this is what will happen, because we cannot continue to buy unless we have a reason to, and we still do not have a reason to, because we have unfilled orders and then we have what, and then we have this, we have another block here, we have another block there. So this one, okay, let me just leave it there. Once the market gets there, we'll see. So this is a sell UI. Okay. Then we have the main order block. And then now this becomes liquidity now. That becomes liquidity. So unless this happens, I'm not in that trade. I am not in. I'm not in. I'm not in. I'm not in. So that is what I'm expecting on GEO. Yeah, by the way, we can check on DXY. Let's see what we have here on DXY. So DXY is telling me that it should be telling me that it should be selling. But you see, when DXY is selling, it means GU is buying, because I'm expecting DXY to sell and take out this. That liquidity there. I don't know why this thing is not. Let me save this. As liquidity. So, yeah, simple strategy. Thank you for telling me that. So it means like, it looks like we'll be buying GU, but I don't know. I don't see any reason for that to happen. But anyway, this is, the market is reactive, not predictive. Reactive, not predictive. So that tells me, okay, I had done some analysis here, which will still work, because we expect the market to come to around this area and continue to buy. Lower time frame for confirmation. That's what I usually do. That's what I usually do. So actually this will still play out, this will still play out, but we know where it will play out too. Now that DXY has confirmed that we should be buying, it has confirmed that we should be buying. And you see, there was a BOS here. But this BOS did not take out any liquidity. Okay, this will be a crazy this will be a crazy one actually. So GU you have to wait for confirmation. It's true, everything is telling us to buy, but we don't have a reason to. We don't have a reason to. So the only thing we can do as traders is to wait for a market to give us a reason. If it pushes further and maybe leaves an FVG or something like that, because this one has to be taken out, this one, before the crazy move, it has to be taken out. So if that happens, then we can try to wait for the market down here. We can wait for it here, but anyway, we will see. We will see. Who broke any order? The one I'm using now is order. This is order. Okay, in 30 minutes time frame, I'm seeing something. But now you see this one is not. We are trying to force a trade. We are trying to force a trade here, my people. But let's see whether we can force it. Nothing cannot be forced. So in 30 minutes time frame, it's telling me that it's possible for us to wait for an upward move here. We can wait for this here. Because you see this move took out this liquidity here and broke structure. So that tells you that this is a strong low, and we have liquidity here. So it's okay. We can, this is something we can do. Tumiaga broker gani? Natumia trade locker. Trade locker sijui kama unamjua. Trade locker ndiye natumia na ananisafu vizuri. Trade locker has trading view integrated, so it makes my work easier. So I just copy paste settings. So who is able to see what I have, what is in the screen now? Can you see what is in the screen right now? That is what will happen in Geo. Okay, having that, we've confirmed from DXY that we are actually buying. Haina withdrawals kwa M-Pesa, hiyo lazima utumiwe na dola. Tumiwe na Bitcoin ama kwa it's a prop firm account. I think that is why it doesn't have all those. Trade locker, I've used it now for, this is the third week. I was using Funding Pips. Funding Pips has Match Trader. I used Match Trader, but I feel like Trade Locker is better than the brokers I have used. That is my own observation. Trade Locker is serving me. But Trade Locker, it's a pro firm. It's a pro firm account. So it's a platform, I can say. Yeah, I use Trade Locker. Yeah, for prop firms. Mr. Heavens, yes, I have, go to my YouTube channel. I have free videos that I have done, but they are very long videos because they were actually classes. So I have a free WhatsApp group. It has about 150 traders. Mostly what we do there is to set setups and things like those. and I have an elite group. It doesn't have a lot of people. We are like 12. I don't need a lot of people because I want to mentor them individually. Okay, so that one, it depends if you are a complete beginner, or if you have knowledge, you just want to sharpen. It depends. You can just WhatsApp me, and of course we will have a conversation. So the free WhatsApp is the main WhatsApp is free. I have pinned my number there. I have pinned my number. If TikTok decides to block me, it's okay. I've pinned my number there, so you can reach me on that WhatsApp. You can reach me on that WhatsApp. So these are the same things I'll be trading on Monday. The same things. So I'm not just giving you analysis that I'm not using. I'm not doing any other analysis other than what I'm showing you here. That is what I'll be using on Monday. I think we can look at okay, someone was telling me we look at EU. Mostly EU will always and almost follow what GU is doing. Euro USD, Euro USD. Let us look at order. Sorry, most of the times Euro you will follow what EU is doing, but if we do a quick one here, you see it's almost the same thing. Almost the same thing. But we have an open price down. That is why I'm not very comfortable with these pairs next week, because both of them have open price down. So even if they are buying, why are they buying? Because if you do not know the why, it means your liquidity. I know there's FVG here, and what is happening now is that it is buying from the 50% of the FVG. 50% of the FVG, but I don't know. I'm not comfortable with the pair. So what I'll do on Monday is that I will not take long trades. I will take only short trades. I will only take short trades like 30 pips, 20 pips, because it's very easy for the market to show us something on Monday. Can you now look at Bitcoin? Actually today, Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin trades 24 hours, even today it's trading, so you can get something from that. Let's see whether we can trade Bitcoin. Let us see. What else have we not looked at? We've looked at EU, gold, USDJPY. Yeah, let us look at BTC. Bitcoin, USD. Okay. Pepperstone, I think Pepperstone is better. So this is the last one we do, and then we call it a day. If you have a question, just WhatsApp me. I'll get back to you once I'm done. Once I'm done with this. So for WhatsApp, for those who are asking for mentorship, I like doing one-on-one mentorship. So I don't take a lot of people. So you'll forgive me. But just WhatsApp me, we see what we can do. This is Bitcoin. This is up trade. We are trading up, not going back. So there was this BOS here. Of course, once the market breaks structure, it has to come down and take the previous low. So this low, that's liquidity. Wait, don't sell fast. We are doing analysis here. So that's liquidity over there, and I think I'll have to rename it. I have to rename it like that. So we have liquidity there. So what do we expect? We expect that this liquidity will be taken out, and then the market can come to this POI and buy from there. That is the weekly time frame. What do we have in the daily? So the same thing is playing out in the daily. In the daily, the same thing is playing out. So the market has already broken structure here, and it is reacting from this liquidity. The market is reacting from that liquidity. It has already broken structure around this area. So if you want to trade this, I can give you some tips here if you're already in this trade. So once the market breaks structure, before it breaks that structure, we need to go to the lower time frame and make sure that all the liquidity has been taken. And the liquidity includes this guy here, that guy over there. So, but we need to check something. Because this is the move that started this break of structure. If that guy has taken liquidity, then he's a strong low, which I believe he is, because he has taken that liquidity. That means ameponea huyo, kaponea, and then we have all this as our area of interest. All this is our sell to buy. Sell to buy, POI. You are on sale. Are you sure you cannot see my chat, Bwana Ted? Someone is on sale. Let me tell you whether you are liquidity. This pair is Bitcoin, BTCUSD. So this market has already broken structure. So we expect what? We expect the market, before it continues down, it should take this liquidity over here. So what are we looking at? Because this is the daily. We are looking at the market doing what we call change of character. Let's see what we have in the 4 hours. So in the 4 hours, the market is yet to give us a buy signal because it has not broken that high. But let's go to the lower time frame and see what is happening. Three hours, we have the same thing. We don't have any reason whatsoever to buy. All right, so what is this? This is the 1 hour time frame. We still are expecting that the market should take this, come back, and then we continue to buy. We continue to buy. So the market is not giving us any reason to buy or any reason to. Remember, we are inside our POI. Remember, we are inside our POI. Inside our POI. So if you are selling the market, if you are selling this market, because we have a BOS here, I don't want to call it a change of character unless we break this, high here, unless we break that high. All right, I'm not seeing anything by there. I'm not seeing anything completely. Anything. Okay, let me see what we have in 15 minutes. Someone told me to check 15 minutes, which I am. Yeah, if you're in a sell, it can hold. If you're in a sell, because it was sourced here. Let me see. This is Bitcoin. Someone is asking me which one. This is Bitcoin. Just want to make sure. So this two-part liquidity, block structure. Let me see. If you're in a sell, you are moving towards the danger zone, because the market can reverse from anywhere around 0.5. My voice has changed. Let me try. I saw something once I restart. Two. I think I'm back. Am I back? TikTok people, John, Josh, am I back now? Is the sound okay now? Perfect. So there's someone who is saying that you are in a sell, eh? You are selling the market. Now this is what I am trying to look at here. Below this 50%, because this is where we have our QML, or what other people call head and shoulder. Let me remove all this so that you are able to see. This is where we have our QML, and what I am seeing here is this guy here. Let us give him another color. We can even remove this one. Can you see that? That is where we are. That is what I am saying. So looks like this would be the last swing low that will be taken, and then we can look for sales or for buys around this area. Like that. So if you are in a sell, you can hold it, although you are in a danger zone, because the market has already taken the FVG, and the market is already at the 50% of what? 50% of the fib, and sometimes the market might reverse from the 50% if there is no more liquidity. If there is no more liquidity, which I don't see, which I do not see, I do not see completely, I don't see, the market can reverse from there. So if you're in a sell, you just need to trade with care. You just need to trade with care, but you can hold it up to this area, and then once the market gets here, you can look for a buy. You can look for a buy once the market gets here, because this is the last swing low that I'm seeing before the break of market structure. This is the last swing low. So you can hold the sell, my friend. Hold the sell until this area. But what you need to know is that you are in a danger zone. You are in a danger zone. Bitcoin also has a lot of wicks down here, because you're supposed to treat the wicks as one order block. But once the market gets here, you can go to the 3 minutes and look for a change of character. 3 minutes or 5 minutes and look for a change of character. Look for a change of character. But currently, yeah, that sell can hold. That sell can hold. That sell is able to hold, because I see the market took out this. Niaje mkubwa, tuweke kahawa. It makes sense, my friend, who is in the sell. Accent ya Murema. Mimi ni wa Kirinyaga bana. Bana Anthony, yani wa kwetu, mimi ni wa Kirinyaga. Currency pair ini Bitcoin. I don't trade Bitcoin, but it's something I want to try next week. I want to try this next week. hold the sell until around that area, whoever that is in this cell. Shami, vitu sio gumu. These things are not hard. They are not hard. Actually, if we have anyone here who wants to dadia this, it's not a good thing. But let me try to get you an entry. Let me try to get you an entry. So we are going to use order flow. This was our order block. This is Bitcoin, eh? Kuna keki? Zimeisha? This is Shami, just WhatsApp me. My number is pinned there. WhatsApp me, I'll help you. So we are using order flow. I think this is the last pair. Kama, if you want us to look at any pair, just write it there. But let us use order flow to try to get Bitcoin people to this trade. And we are going to use 5 minutes. So this order block was retested by this order block. So the money moved from there to here. Okay. Are you here? So don't okay, yeah, there was a break of market structure here. There was BOS there. So this is where you have the money, and I'm expecting fast for this market too, because this thing here is supposed to take out this low. Okay, this move is supposed to take out this low over here. AUDUSD, okay, it's supposed to take this. So what you do, or what we do, we can see that this was retested again by this. It was retested by this. So that means we have another order flow here. There. So if you are a Bitcoin enthusiast, is that how they are called? You can now hold this one till around this last swing low here. I've given you a very clean trade. Clean. Clean trade. That one. That one there. We will look at it once we are done with all this. We see whether it played out like that. So can we look at DXY? We have looked at that. We've looked at DXY, and we said it is, but you see DXY is not even active now. It's not active. So let us look at AUDUSD. AUDUSD. Look at what is here. I'm almost done, by the way. So weekly time frame is telling us that we are buying, we are selling, sorry. So the move that took out this external liquidity started from here. So this is the weekly time frame. So before this is taken out, we need to see all the liquidity around this area taken out. Okay, so we go to the lower time frame. So all this is liquidity. All this is liquidity until that area. So this is our last liquidity. That one there. Zubi, I hope you are following. So overall we are selling, but right now we have to buy to this area for us to have enough liquidity to push the market down. Okay, so having said that, we have to come to the lower time frame. This is the daily, and the market has already reacted from that order block there. Giving you confidence that the market is supposed to be buying. The market is supposed to be buying. So let us see what we have in the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, so this market is reacting from that area. It is reacting from that area, but it has not given us a clear reason to start buying, because as you can see, the sellers are stronger in this market. The sellers are stronger in this market, but because it has broken structure here, this structure, it has broken that structure. That is why it will come down until it takes out all this liquidity, then start to move up. But trade with care, because I expected that this market should take at least this previous high for us to give us a confirmation that we are what? That we are bullish. That we are bullish. So if I were you, what I would do, this is what I would do. Let me just remove this, because the market took out this one and then broke structure here. So if I were you, what I would do is to wait for all if you want to move with this trade now, what is happening down here, let me show you. All that would be your area of interest for buys. All that would be your area of interest, because this was the last swing low. This was the last swing low. That was the last swing low. But because that is far, let me try to give you a perspective for Monday. The market has already taken the previous lower low. giving you an indication that we should be selling. So it came and also took out this low here. Okay, this is a very good BOS. So that means this is our trading range from this high to this low. So if you use the gun box like that, you know that the market is supposed to come to around this area. This is our inducement or our liquidity, this one, and we know that the market should sell around that area there. But because we still have open price here, what we call FVG, I would recommend that you wait for this market at that area. So what do we call this? We call this a sell PY. So this one has already been retested, so we do not need that. And it took out liquidity, so it's a strong high. So it's a strong high. So I would advise you to wait for that market there. Take your sell and target the last swing low. That is the last swing low. Or target this one. Target that green one. That is most probably it will be taken out. Most probably it will be taken out. So if you are patient enough, wait for that market to come to your POI, because it means that now you will be trading with the trade. You will be trading with the trade. You see, everything, that is the only POI we have around. And then what you do, you treat this as one of your POI around that area. Okay, 1 hour, same thing, 30 minutes, same thing. So Mr. don't know whether it's Mr. or Miss Zubi. So if you are patient enough, and Forex is about patience, wait for that market to come to that area. Hii ni AUD CHF. So once it comes to this area, it will give you like 110 pips. DXY is selling. We had already looked at it. It is selling up to around this area. DXY selling up to until it takes all this liquidity, and then we have a POI here for buy. That tells you that every trade that has, or everyone that has gold, I mean this is USD. If USD is selling, other pairs are buying. Except gold. Gold doesn't really respect the dollar index because they are both safe haven. kuna GBPJPY. I was actually trading that GBPJPY. I was actually trading that pair last week. Let's even start with the daily. No, weekly is better. Weekly is telling us that we are buying. We are buying and we are looking at taking out this guy here. Okay. Although I don't like the way it's moving, but let's see. Let's see. There was a break of market structure here. And so this is the BOS. And it also took out this liquidity. So that makes it a strong low. This one makes it a strong low. That means that this should be a good area of interest. That is in the daily. That is in the daily. The market also took out this high here. Okay. If you look at this, we have an open price. Okay, looks like it was filled. The FVG was filled. The FVG was filled. And the market is just buying and buying and buying. So what do we expect? We expected that this market will come down, take out this low, this one, and then start to buy. But let me see whether I'll be able. So this previous one was taken. That means money is no longer here. Money is now in this order block, because this is the order block that took out this liquidity. That took out that liquidity. Okay. So what we are expecting, the market will come, take out all the liquidity around, and then continue to buy. And because it did not come to our area, let me see. You see, it took out the last swing low here. Took out the last swing low. So I don't see why this market should come down. I don't think why it should come down. I don't think. Although it is supposed to take all the FVG. But so we still have some open price here. We still have some open price. And because the market is largely, we were bullish. This is the 4-hour. Then the last low was taken out. So what do we expect, or what are we expecting? We are expecting because this was taken out here, liquidity swept, and all this area is okay. What is this saying now? All that area is our area of interest. Okay, all that area is our area of interest, but I don't know why I'm not confident with this sell, because I'm not, this one to me it looks like it is liquidity. Let me see what we have in 3 hours. Okay, all right. Okay, the only thing I would advise, if you are trading okay, I think I saw something here. Not really. If you are trading GBPUSD, this is what I would advise. Wait for this market in this area, then because it will continue doing something like this, then once it changes character here, let's say it does something like this and it takes out this low, wait for a retest, then sell. So don't sell until you see this. Don't sell until you see this, because this PY is not as strong. It is not as strong because I don't see where it took out any previous liquidity, so it's not as strong. But because we are in a downtrend, looking at taking out this low, you can enter here and target this low. Okay, target that low, but just be careful, because I see a scenario where the market can take out this, start to look like it's selling, take out this and continue with that trade. So only enter this market when this one is not taken out and you see a clear change of character. I think that was peace. So only trade this if you see a clear change of character. So allow me to go and rest. We've done a lot of pairs, and